Disciplined Stoners.
The gateway drug to mindfulness.
Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit. Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit. Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up.
I see that Ellevan got a fresh cut.
You know, I just did it to myself, and I was like, I'm just gonna leave it crazy for a while. But you know,
Hey, it's like a landing patch.
it's exactly land right there on my head.
I called him a little bird when he first came out.
You didn't have that today, though, or did you?
No, I had like my full like Italian like loaf head.
It's okay. I look like a totally different person earlier too. So.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, you want to do? Welcome back to another episode of Disciplined Stoners. I'm your host, Ellevan.
My name is Winnie.
And we are the gateway drug to mindfulness. And today we are so blessed and honored and excited to have our friends on the show of Alchemy Gold. They're doing amazing work. And you think that the things we say are a gateway to mindfulness, they literally hold wonderful products and activities as a gateway to a better you through Alchemy Gold.
Yes, so big welcome to Polina and Tania.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Howdy.
It's actually amazing because I haven't been so open with my cannabis consumption even since it's become legal, and we just randomly started talking about our mushroom consumption on the show a couple months, maybe like a month ago.
My birthday, Christmas Eve, we talked about actually the chocolate bar that you gave us when I was DJing at the Cannabis party at Rebel. We accidentally got super high on mushrooms one day, and we were like, but this is the cleanest, best way ever. So we really want to dive into like why the cocoa is such a good vehicle, what you're doing, what your vision is. But first we have some packs that you've already blessed us with. We're going to do some drinks, like some mixology.
Yes.
So why don't you walk us through this first and then tell us about yourself along the way?
Sure. So through our sister company, Social Sessions is, we started it with cannabis. We started with cannabis, being restaurateurs, Polina in the kitchen and me on the bar. We started doing supper clubs, cannabis supper clubs. And we're not big drinkers anymore. And we stumbled onto a product through friends of ours that developed for us. And it is a cannabis elixir that can be mixed into any hot or cold beverage. So you can put it in your coffee in the morning. You can make cocktails with it. You can put it in your milkshake, your smoothie.
And it's completely water soluble,
Oh,
right? So no oil on top. There's no, it's completely clear. If you put it in a glass of water, it would be completely transparent.
Yeah. So it does have
awesome.
kind of a flavor of alcohol. And why we love this product so much is that I can't drink because I'm allergic. I developed an allergy to alcohol, so boo. But yay for us because we have this product. So now we just drink our cannabis. I'm not personally a smoker. And this is kind of the joke between us is because she's Jewish and I'm a Gentile. Gentiles drink and Jews smoke.
Cheers, eh?
So now we can be on the same level.
Oh, I love that. The way that you found to be together, use the plant.
Well, the funny thing is it's like a trigger. The smell of alcohol. If I come home and I smell alcohol, I'm like, were you drinking in the middle of the day?
Yes.
Like all day long, that's okay. But wine.
But I can't have a glass of wine.
So medicine.
Oh man, that's magical. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, like we just kind of stopped drinking, and like we're not like necessarily opposed to it, but just like I just stopped liking the feeling of it. Like the more I use cannabis and then the more I use mushrooms, I'm like, this seems to guide me towards a light. And alcohol, as much as it allows me to like really be silly and goofy in social situations, like very silly. Like I'm a very silly drunk. It seems to kind of blind it pushes me away from the light. Like, not to get so floofy with it, but it's like I just noticed like psychedelics are like, like I'm a flower in the wind, and then alcohol just kind of is like, I'm on the bus for 8 hours. Like, I don't know.
Well, that's it. I mean, alcohol is a depressant, and psychedelics, they're serotonin boosters. So it's kind of a no-brainer, right?
So,
And for most of us who suffer these winters and everything we've been going through, most people are getting off alcohol now.
Well, and also like a cannabis hangover, which you totally can have, is a lot different than an alcohol hangover.
right.
You know, like, yes, you can wake up groggy and feel, a drag in your butt, but you're
Cloudy.
not, yes, but there's no actual physical illness.
Yeah, you
Oh.
have the inflammation in your body, and you don't have all the
You're
yucky
healing
feelings.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
do
and
give yourself a little bit of serotonin when you go too hard, but it's still fun.
right.
That's okay.
Okay, well, great. Let's get these. Okay, so first of all, if you're listening, if you're on audio right now, you should also just jump to our YouTube channel so you can see what we're doing. So we were presented with a beautiful box, and I love this too. I loved all of it. It was such a treat. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're brilliant.
I'm big on giving information so that people don't feel lost with things.
Well, I really, after we do these drinks, I want to give you your flowers about how amazing these, you with your products, you give these like little printouts with information. When you talked about the microdosing mushroom cubes, you actually give the information and how it correlates with serotonin and some instruction and some guidance. And that's just so beautiful, because the only part about psychedelics that makes them big, scary drugs is the mystery. And literally, oh my God, Polina, today with my friend Matt, who was with me when we were DJing too, he's a fun guy. And I've been telling him about mushrooms for a while, but he has so many questions. And even just the amount of calm, reasonable, centered knowledge and energy that you gave, he literally took I took a couple squares and I gave him that, because I was like, dude, like, this is how you needed it. Like, you're literally such a necessary divine bridge to I think the gift that psychedelics is, a necessary thing. I leave a lot out in the middle, so I'm like, come do drugs with me at a party. But you're actually going to guide people into, I think, make humans better. I think that humans have a destiny of being better the more they become self-aware, and the first class ticket to become self-aware is psychedelics.
Yeah. Well, much like you guys, we want to help break the stigma and teach people how to do this responsibly. You know, I come from an era, like, my parents did a lot of drugs, and I grew up around that. And I had a hard time with that through my younger years. Even when we got together, I still felt kind of like, smoking all the time, it doesn't feel right. For me, it has like negative memories and things like that. And then I slowly destigmatize myself.
Well, yeah, and basically, it was through an event that caused her major anxiety that I got her to take a few puffs,
Yeah.
and it helped,
Yeah.
right?
Social
So,
anxiety.
from being up here to being able to cope.
Yeah. Well,
So,
yeah, I think I was saying today that I think that this should be the first line of defense for people suffering with depression and anxiety. It might
Yeah.
not work, right, for everybody. Like, we can't really say that, but like I feel like if people just try the plant first, not that anything is wrong with the Western medicines that help treat those ailments, but I just feel like this should be.
And you know what feels right about it? As much as we love our friends here, we want to say go to Alchemy Gold. You can get those type drugs perceivably anywhere in the world that makes good mushrooms or weed, right? There's not one pharmaceutical company that benefits from it and can market it. So it hasn't been pushed and capitalized mainstream media because it's not prioritized, because there's no return. But literally, you make an experience out of it, and that's your brand. And you choose a good vehicle, like what sets you apart. So this whole new budding understanding of psychedelics, I think it comes with taking a lot of responsibility upon yourself. And that's asking a lot, for the most part, but
But you know what? We're also, the makers are also responsible for it. Okay. I know, like, to me, you know, when weed became legal and you could buy it online, whatever, it was like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Hash was more of a like, wow, they sell hash online, right? But now, when you can go online and buy LSD, MDMA, whatever you want, I think that's a little bit irresponsible, right? Because there's no limits. And that's all good. You know, I got high on drugs too, but it's just getting high or using it as a substance. It doesn't mean you can't have a psychotic break, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody is built and equipped for psychedelics either.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's also a big difference between something like psilocybin and MDMA or ketamine or things like that. There's also not enough research on those other drugs in terms of taking them recreational or taking them medicine. So we're not in that frame of mind yet, and everything that we kind of bring to the forefront are things that we've researched, we've done ourselves, we've tried, we've tested, we've gone through labs, we have
Our
worked with
R&D
scientists.
department is the bomb.
Amazing.
We have the best R&D department.
Speaking of
we've
which,
done the gamut of making our own products, and you know, you make your own brownies, right? You know what's in it. We've gone through, you know, all of that testing to, okay, you can't fuck around with dosing. You can't mess around with, because you can harm somebody, especially if you're sharing with friends, right? You have to know what you're doing.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Got to have a plan. We clarify all of our work with mushrooms with a very clear intention. And we like to go with the theory of like, because in part of our work to destigmatize cannabis, it's like, well, it makes you lazy. And it's like, I'm hyperactive as, no, it doesn't. Like, no, it just straight up and down does not. And like, you've been given kind of a false form of science from a marketing campaign. And it's like, all right, we're just going to be with it this way and let them see. And then Matthew McConaughey wins an Oscar and everyone loves weed, right? So now we have your beautiful, like, you know, this like, look at this. Like, you could give this to your mother-in-law and its quality, right? Like, you could be sexy. Like, this is important. I think that this step is important.
Okay, so I just want to go over this beautiful drink package that you sent.
Unless you had anything to add to that.
No. The only other thing I have to add is that with the drops, the THC, we also have a counterpart that is CBD, which is the same exact formulation, but with CBD. So it's really fast acting. So our product, this product, metabolizes in your body through your liver instead of your stomach. So you will feel it just like a regular alcoholic beverage within 15, 20 minutes, like you would having a cocktail. So that's the benefit of it. You can have this as a social cocktail without the alcohol.
Because that's the SS right there, social sessions,
And
right?
without getting high before you go to the party. Because that's what I always do. I'm like, I better get high before I go to the party. So I'm already high when I start drinking my infused drink that will take, you know, an hour to
You
kick
can
in.
tell how excited Winnie is to start making these drinks. So if you're at home and you have some drops, follow along. Please tell us what this oil is to start.
It's an elixir. It is not an oil.
Sorry.
Because
This
oils
elixir.
are not water soluble.
Yes.
Right, sorry.
I say that. I only correct you because there's
Thank
a
you.
difference.
Huge difference.
Right?
We-
and people go and get oils and put them in their drinks, and it's disgusting.
I want to do
Okay.
it fancy.
We'll
It
go
also,
for it.
the oils don't metabolize the same way, right? They're still going to go through your stomach,
Yes.
and they're not going to metabolize the way that
So
this.
this is water-based?
It's ethanol based.
It's ethanol based.
Is that why it's bitter?
Yes. So you never want to put it in your mouth directly.
Yeah.
It always should go in a liquid beverage.
You're not gonna die or anything, but it tastes like crap.
It's like Buckley's.
It's a little.
Oh, it's like my Italian fellow. There's this red drink. There's this red thing.
Brio.
What?
Brio.
Yeah. It's like Brio. And then also bitters, like the little, in the and Caprese or cup. It's
Campari.
yes, Campari. That
Yeah.
it's like that. So it's nothing too bad. I know people that would just drink Campari straight.
And I do make cocktails that are in that vein as well. So each of those mason jars, you can probably get about 2 cocktails out of.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So if you pour it over lots of ice, because it's very concentrated, so you want to water it down a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
This is so fun. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
So we got some ice.
Shall I do the pouring?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we got the elixir. So this,
mix it up a bit.
yeah, I love like there's like mulled raspberries or strawberries.
Strawberries, actually. So they were Italian strawberries and syrup, but now they've been soaking for a while. So you've got the
Sweetness.
the maceration in
Let me
there.
smell that.
Okay. And so what is this? It's a base. It's a base.
It is, there's a cranberry base to it, a white cranberry base to it, but it is strawberry, elderflower, and then we're going to top it with the strawberry tonic, which will actually help and cut through the bitterness. It'll taste more like an alcoholic cocktail.
That is so cool.
Picking it up a bit and pouring it over us.
This is so exciting. It tastes so good. Oh my God, you're brilliant. These are my favorite things.
And then we found these really, really nice indie organic strawberry tonics. I'm always on the hunt for really cool mixers that we can use that are not just,
Yes.
juice.
Yeah.
Because we can make them as light or as sweet or as, light as we want.
Yes, this is really nice. This looks great.
Honestly, I have days where I will just have it with tonic and a squeeze of lime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll have like 4 or 5 of them, but she makes them light for me because I like maybe 5 to 8, maybe 8 milligrams at the start of the night, and then she dwindles me down to 2 or whatever.
That's
She's the
nice.
master of my
Yeah,
fate.
that's nice dosaging.
That's the beauty of the drops is, so I like a higher dose. She likes a lower dose because she's also smoking. So
Right.
every single drop is 1 milligram. So I could do a 1 milligram. If somebody who just wants to drink several cocktails or they're very beginner stage, they can start with 2 milligrams, 2 drops, and then you can add. You can always add, but you can't figure out. So
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
start slow and low.
And
Absolutely.
that actually is what appeals to a lot of people that don't try cannabis, right? Is when they see it in a cocktail and we tell them, don't worry, we will not get you high. I promise you.
Yeah.
And you just give them a drop. Or we've had weddings where they actually were serving our drinks.
Yes.
Someone's mother was so afraid, but she started taking the CBD drops.
Yes.
She was loving it.
By
She was
dessert, she
fucking
wanted
like,
THC. in
oh
her
yeah.
Amazing.
we'll have parties at the house, and I'll make maybe like a pitcher of a pre-mixer, maybe something with cucumber and mint and lime, just something light and refreshing in the summer, and then I'll dose it. Nobody believes me that it's not alcohol. They think they're drinking alcoholic drinks.
I just want to let you know for any future parties, I'm available. Okay.
No problem.
Okay. So let's toss a couple of these drops in these beautiful drinks. What should we do? 4, 5?
So that's up to you.
So remember, it's still really concentrated, right? And it's a true milligram.
And it's
Oh.
gonna- yeah. So you want to stick that in, and I gave you guys some stir sticks.
I know,
We
they
have-
were so cute.
I collect stir sticks, vintage stir sticks. These ones are giraffes.
Is that
Oh
from
my
Milestones?
God.
The ones that you have, I actually got at a vintage market. I have like tons of them.
Oh my God, they're
like
so
the
cute.
50s era. They're little keys. I'm pretty sure they probably came from some Playboy party or something. Mix in your drops, and then you want to top it with the tonic. just to add a little fizz, little flavor, lighten it up a little.
Okay.
Oh my God. So the flavors that you put together work really well with that little tiny bit of bitterness.
Yeah, mine's I made mine a little too sweet, I think, but I'll add more ice.
Okay.
But
Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm here.
Hold on, we should wait for Paulina. Yes.
I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
here. Of course, you should wait for Pauline.
Cheers, buddies.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
The nice thing is, if it is too sweet,
you can always top it up with soda water or
It's perfect.
Oh my God. You could just say this.
so ginger, elderflower, and strawberry.
Honestly, you could just say that there's alcohol in this drink. Like you could just give this to someone who thinks, I mean, you shouldn't do that. I'm not
No, fuck it, you
condoning
should.
But like if you have a close friend that like you guys mess around or something, you should, and they don't use THC, they probably do if you're close friends.
I've taken drops to family events, and literally because honestly, I do make an ass out of myself when I drink, and I only started to realize that now that I'm like almost 50, and I'm like, did I just say that? You know, like the next day, I'm like,
She sees the video.
Same, yo, same.
Yeah.
not like anything bad, but it's not things people should say. They really know those people.
Yeah.
I
But
feel you.
Yeah, alcohol does that. I can get like pretty angry. With
Winnie gets
alcohol.
really spicy. I had to drag her away from that. She's just like and she's
But not if I only, because I still have a drink every now and again, and like one drink, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is why people like drinking. Like I'll have one drink and be like, I get it, you know. But after that,
but
one
that's where
drink,
it lays.
yeah,
The
that
one
needs- it
drink,
needs
and
to
it's
stop
hard
for me.
not to be socially engaged, right? That's why alcohol is so appropriate. But that's why I love your guys' vision on this social sessions. It's like you have the full same, I don't want to say crutch, but it's like a social activity. You get to drink, you get to sit around and do something that isn't challenging. That's like very
And it's
easy.
like cool
and
and
it's
fun,
cool
like,
and
and
trendy, yeah.
classy, and
But
like,
then
I
you
don't know.
actually, instead of alcohol that wears on your body and hurts you, this actually cannabis, especially full spectrum, you're
no, go ahead.
you're getting benefits. You're actually getting anti-inflammatory. You're actually, especially with the CBD. Can you tell why is CBD so helpful? Like, it's just one of those things I trust. Like, it's like it just works. Like, do you know why? Like, what is that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, we all have an endocannabinoid system, and I am sober. Endocannabinoid system in our body. We also live in an age where we don't get the natural things in our food that we used to get meat, right? So everything's been bioengineered and everything's been processed out of our food that we don't get the natural things out of our food that we used to get, right? That's why we have to take over-the-counter vitamins and CBD. So basically, when you have a deficiency in, say, iron, you have to take iron. We end up having deficiencies in our endocannabinoid system naturally that when we supplement with the CBD will help us with things like inflammation, our appetite. Inflammation is probably the biggest thing because when we have inflammation in our body, we don't eat. It allows things to grow in our body that shouldn't be there, tumors, cancers, things like that. We don't get enough sleep. We don't eat healthy. We don't absorb things in our body the way that we should. And CBD actually helps with all of that.
I feel, yeah, I feel like it zaps you back into like the divine order or something. It's like you can breathe better. It's like the distance between you and your skin is less. Like it's like there's like your knuckles are less swollen. It's hard to explain if someone's never done it.
Then, yeah. The great thing about CBD too is it is symbiotic with THC because it comes from the same plant, obviously, makes a lot of sense. So if you have too much THC, you can take some CBD and it will help level you out. So that's basically what CBD does is it balances you It balances things out in your body that are out of balance. That's the simplest way that I can explain it.
No, that's like so incredible. Yeah, when I learned that about like taking CBD, if you're like had too much THC, I'm like, excuse me, this plant has the code to heal itself. Like it has like a natural insurance policy. Like it's like if we sway the entity one way, then we can center it naturally. So it just seems like divine. Yeah, that's so beautiful. This is an amazing drink, by the way. This is like
this is so good. Ugh,
so Paulina, you're a chef. You guys had a place, right? Congrats. I heard that you guys sold the place.
We did. Right when COVID hit.
Oh my God, so incredible. Like
I'm so happy for you.
I'm so happy for you. And that you've can you tell me about that though first, how that was for you guys working together? I bet you did some cool stuff.
We have done so many random fucking things in the past 10 years. Like,
You
honestly,
have no idea.
you really, if I ran through, you
Our
would be
resume
like,
is
what
crazy.
the fuck? When I say serial entrepreneur, I'm not trying to be cute.
Yes!
Because I don't have an attention span. It's like, I built it. Okay, can we do something new? Like,
I feel you.
My wife, my beautiful wife, is the ideas person. So she has about 30,000 things running through her brain at one time. And then
she's
she
my
vomits
dream
them
maker.
all on me. And then I pick and choose which things make sense for us. So
I hear a lot of no's.
knows.
But you take a lot of shots.
Well, do you think that will work? Do you think you want to be up at 5 a.m. doing that? Do you?
So when did you land on this like chocolate endeavor? Because Polina, you're a great chef, you know? So like that must have been a natural thing you wanted to do for a while. Like when did that happen? When did this click for you guys, this endeavor?
It actually wasn't anything that we had intended on. It was a happy accident, COVID.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because on top of the whole point and the whole reason we sold our restaurant was so that we would have more time to do these events. Because the last event that we did on this farm. It was beautiful, and we really wanted to focus on that. I also have a sign business, sign and print business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when COVID hit, everything fucking stopped. And
no more dinners.
Yeah, and then someone asked me to do something for them, like chocolate wise, and I did. And then I thought, hey, you know what? Everything that we've done that pertains to food, drink, anything that we've done has a few elements: community, education. Right? That's always the number one thing. Even with food, right? I brought in shit from into that little place in Scarborough that nobody has, would have ever even seen. Cheeses, so many different things back when nobody was doing this.
Yes,
stuff, right?
You're a connoisseur of life.
Well, it was good, right? Like Tania had a home and decor store in Little India. Not that long ago.
Yeah, do interior design. But the thing about our space when we had a restaurant and with most of the businesses that we have, we kind of model everything after our own lives. So our restaurant is kind of like if you were coming into our own home to eat a meal. The way we decorate, the way we style things, the way we entertain, the way we host is all as if you were coming into our home.
Yes.
And that's what happened with the chocolate, right? When I found out how shit was actually made that I was eating, because I eat from the legacy market, right? Especially because, whatever. But when I found out how most of it was being made, I wouldn't put, and again, not all of it, but most of it.
We've had some funky experiences with gray market stuff that people were making in their basements, I'm pretty sure. So.
Yeah, we wanted something that people could rely on, right? Because a lot of the older people were really interested in getting high. And I heard it all in our restaurant.
Yes.
Small restaurant, and I would they wouldn't let me come out front. So I was in the kitchen. I wasn't allowed to hear, but I could hear everything. And they were all fucking talking about getting high.
You're amazing. You're like my hero. I fucking love that's so good, man. So you just became the plug. Like just like these you hear it, it's real, it's right in front of you.
Tap into it. Yeah.
The universe
She
is
was on the bar. I was in the thing, I was in the kitchen. We had very open concept. It's like, did you hear that? Yeah. Okay. Can we do this now? But we started, like I said, with the dinners. Accuracy, and that's what we do as best as we can with our bars.
yes.
Right? I try and use the best product. The chocolate that we use for the dark chocolate is Choco Soul, right? Choco Soul chocolate is Toronto based,
Yes.
ethically sourced, like the bomb. Anybody that knows good chocolate,
Yeah.
And coffee. Yeah, they're an amazing company.
Yes.
Mm.
And quality.
Why is the cacao or whatever like so much of a good vehicle for the mushrooms? Because this is like, whoo, like it like it's like we've had tea, we've eaten them, I had them in capsules, but like really when I ate this chocolate, I was like, that was the best drive to school ever. Like that was like, I just feel like I just got driven to school in a Ferrari, like what's with that? Like, do you know the background of that? Or is that just like your happy accident?
No, I mean, you'd have to ask our ancestors, right? Ancestors have been using cacao since the beginning of time with medicine, just like with teas, using things from the earth.
Yeah.
Right? It makes sense. And
just like we were talking about the mycelium today, right? It's kind of the same thing. It's like you need it to be it's connected to the cacao. But there's other reasons for it. There's like technical reasons for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Reasons. Yeah. I mean, the purer the chocolate, the better, right? Because again, you're getting health benefits from the chocolate.
Yeah.
The cleaner, the purer the chocolate. There's a lot of, and not knocking anybody else's product, but there's a lot of product that's out there that's not made with even real chocolate. They're using candy melts, and it's full of sugar,
It's like
and all
sugar.
that's going to be in your body.
Yeah.
And sugar with mushrooms is really a big no-no.
Yeah.
So the less you have, the better.
When you have mushrooms, you want to eat like only natural foods. And it's like you look at candy bars like more like this is like plastic or paint or something. This is like this has been designed. This is like 4 stages away from raw.
Your body innately turns it away. They're like,
Yeah.
nope, not that
Like
thing.
raw, so it's raw, so it's closer to something raw. That's awesome. Yeah, it feels, I don't know, perfect.
I think it's also a much more palatable way to eat your mushrooms.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying
Your chocolate is so good. Like I want to eat more of it all the time, and I can't.
It's so good.
So good.
Can't say
Did you guys feel anything from those little cubes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did? What?
Just like really just like an elevated happy
Okay,
experience.
okay.
Just like the way I described it to my friend is just like everything else feels more engaging. Like it's way easier just to be present,
Yeah.
To be like,
You're constantly
what's-
reminded what a blessing life is.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to have one of your cubes.
Like, I'm so lucky to be here right now.
Well,
Like,
I gotta give a shout out to Miss Jackie Childs, because if she didn't turn around and say, "Hey, does anybody have any drugs to give these guys? They need an edible or something."
Oh my god!
That's how it all happened.
ones, yeah.
So shout out to Jackie.
bless you.
We had Jackie on maybe like 7 or 8 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We had Jackie on just before that event because I was at another event. Jessica Moran, she's like, she's known, she's known, and she works with Canada Cabana. She's so sweet. She's like, we gotta have her on. She's fucking amazing. So she had me there that night DJing. So shout out her, or else that would have happened. But Jackie is so fun too, and thank you for being the arm of the universe. I said to Win today, I'm like, do you know? Because sometimes I calculate how many manifestations back something had to happen. Because your life right now, in any moment, is a cataclysmic fluke. Like of blessing after blessing for you to be where you're at and just watch Netflix and chill. And it's like that night, like I got hired last minute by Jess to do that. I didn't know I was DJing until like I was on the way to the party. So it's like without that moment, you like wouldn't have so kindly given me a bar that we tried, and then an episode happened. Like then an episode. Now we have you on. I'm like just step after step, the way things unfold. It's like such a fun storybook adventure.
Universe gives gifts, many gifts.
And good people always find other good people.
Yeah,
that's true.
Right? Like there's no doubt. And most good people smoke weed.
Are stoners. I was just gonna say.
Or drinking.
Cheers, buddies. There you go. Oh man.
I've done my first one.
Now that we can drink, Winnie's really on a roll. I'll make you another one. I have the sweet little pack.
Do you feel anything?
Yeah, I feel groovy.
I feel good.
Right? Like it'll feel more like alcohol.
Yes.
No, I when I drink these, the things that I love about it and what I explain to people a lot of times is that it's kind of like feeling tipsy and high at the same time.
Yeah.
But without the stomach ache of the alcohol.
That's right.
Exactly.
And frankly, you feel the munchies.
Yeah. Matt would love this.
I don't get munchies with this, but I do when I eat edibles.
Me too.
Oh yeah, big time.
That's an understatement. I'll wake up in the morning and there's like, I was like, what the? Who's
I do like a
here?
3:00 run.
Oh, totally.
Walk around the house. I look to see what I can eat that won't make a lot of noise, because I'll wake up the puppy. I'll wake her up.
So no chips, right? I know this. No bread if you have to unfold anything. Mainly things you can just grab, slice of cheese. Or you can make a sandwich. I go all the way out. I'll make like a whole everything. I'll do a taco.
My trick, and now she's caught on to it, and now I'm outing myself, but my trick is if I'm eating some chips earlier, I leave them on the counter, the bag open.
Oh, that's why you do it? Because I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Why did you never close the bag?
This is don't worry about it. Shit about not throwing away. That I guess I'm gonna have to live with this the rest of my life. Toilet paper roll.
That is right next to the garbage, or the can of soda empty that's right next to the recycling. That's okay. Yeah, one of my secrets.
That is fucking amazing.
Me to you.
Yeah, no, I find that edibles, like gummies or cookies or anything that's matched with a delicious treat, I always get the munchies on. Like even like capsules aren't so bad for munchies, and drinks definitely aren't either, but
yeah, drinks are not bad.
Yeah.
Microdosing, I found, really curbed my appetite. Like it really makes me focus and keeps me focused. But like when I because you gotta, and one more thing is that you have to take breaks.
Yeah.
With microdosing.
Sure.
You have to take 3 days on, 2 days off?
There's no hard fast rule to it. You just have to rhythm, which you should do with any cannabis product or mushroom, any products that you use. But take a break every 10 days or so if you use it on a regular basis, because you start building up your tolerance, and then you're going to stop getting all the benefits that you normally get from it. So it's good to purge for a day or two, and then
I just took a little tolerance break. It wasn't really, I mean, it was a tolerance break in comparison to what I normally consume, but most days I was still consuming. But it was really like when I came back after a week and had my first joint, it was bomb. I was like, this is the best. Like it was super easy to get high. I got pretty high pretty quickly. Like
I only take a tolerance break.
No, not that one first.
Yeah, you can do that first. It's okay if you put some drops in first, right?
Yeah, it doesn't
Sure.
matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Okay.
Winnie is an extreme rule follower. So I'm the entrepreneur like you guy, and sir, I don't know if you're both like this, but like I'm very entrepreneurial. I like to like just color outside the lines. I like to fuck with shit and break rules, and then Winnie likes to like follow the rules and make sure it goes through how they said. Okay, yeah, so it's perfect. You balance
I'm a
each other
detail
out.
person,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Actually, even physically, like you like blue eyes, blonde hair. Do you have green eyes and dark hair? Or do you have blue eyes too? Hazel green? Yeah, me too. So we're
Yeah.
pretty much like the living prototypes of each other in different bodies.
Yes,
It's
we're,
all-
we're the after.
I love that.
That's
Sorry,
pretty good. No, I'm happy. I'm good. I'm killing it over there. I'm like, oh man, we're contributing.
At the end of the day, it's just about being happy, right? Finding your joy.
I think that's it. You're contributing from the heart. So I think, man, I think most people would be like honored to be either one of you. You're really like to be doing something and to be good at it and to be contributing value that allows people to further themselves along in their life and their understanding of their self. That's kudos to you. Cheers to that. That's a very exciting thing.
Cheers. We're just
Cheers.
trying to be good people.
Yeah.
You
Just trying to
are.
do
You are.
It's working.
Yeah.
I do have a small disclaimer when it comes to psilocybin.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people, because they read that, oh, you do like a heroic dose, and then whatever, you'll like get rid of your depression or like get rid of whatever problems you have. It's not the way it works.
Right.
And that is a really important message to share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because that's when people can have a psychotic episode.
Yeah.
They're not going to die, right?
Yeah.
But they're not
Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
It's like trying to do
Thank
the
you.
splits if you haven't stretched in 20 years.
Well,
Exactly.
you need a coach to keep going. Come on, a little further down,
Yeah.
right?
Baby steps.
You need therapy. It has to be accompanied by a therapist. It could be it could be a sitter. It could be whatever the heck. But it really has to have
Be
a
guided.
There's the
intention.
support.
Intentions and guidance.
Yeah.
But not just like the intention that you're setting when you're just going to trip out on, a couple squares. I'm talking like when they do
Hero
like,
dose.
7
Yeah.
grams, 8-gram doses.
Yeah.
Because the depression's going to go away. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Therapy is a must. It must be accompanied by therapy.
Yeah.
Thank you. We
And-
always say that like the intention's important. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say my first time, I think it wasn't your first time, but my first time, we did like meditation beforehand, and like we really set up our space and made sure everyone was feeling safe. And also I only did a gram for my first time, and the trip was so
Profound.
great
It's profound.
that I think that first trip that was so great was just setting me up to have good trips from here on out. Like
Yeah,
I
we've never
don't
had a
think
bad
I'll
trip.
have a bad trip just because I did that first dose
Setting
that
is
I could. It's not like you can control anything, but you can sort of give in to the experience, where if it's too much coming at you, you start resisting, and that's when all the crazy
Resisting
stuff
is when it
happens.
hurts. Like say like I played football and like most of practice was learning how to get hit. Like you, like that's what it is. You fall with it. Like don't try and hold your neck up. You can get fucked up. So it's like, it's part of like relinquishing. So as you say, when you do a hero dose, as they call it, you really kind of sacrifice the ability to use your cognitive letting go that comes in handy so much with those 1 gram doses or 2 gram doses or half gram doses, that you can get so much clarity. What's something
Yeah, stop trying to fix your shit overnight. Like there's no overnight stuff. Like it takes a bit of time.
It took you a lifetime to get all that trauma.
And
Yeah.
It's not gonna go away in a day.
and it takes the build up, and that's the key, right? Is you have to dig and dig and dig, and then when you and your therapist, or again like somebody that you trust, whatever, right? I think you could do it with a friend or partner, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna try and do it. I'll be honest. I want her to be my sitter, and I'm just gonna take a hero dose. I've been concentrating kind of for a while now on what characteristic of mine that I want to deal with, right?
Cool.
Beautiful.
I don't even remember what that thing is right now, but
Congrats.
No, it's
That's
okay, it's
good. That must be good.
It means that you've released it.
no, but it's a buildup, right? It's got to be. It takes research and within yourself for it to be.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, and with mushrooms, I mean, the whole thing about mushrooms or psilocybin is that you're slowly opening yourself up to yourself, right? So you become more compassionate, more empathetic, and you have to be kind and gentle to yourself at the same time. So it's baby steps, like, you know, it takes time.
Like when we were doing mushrooms in high school, or in college, there was no information like that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We ate mushrooms, got fucked up, laughed, cried. You know, it was just about getting fucked up, right? Now you can sit there and say, well, you know, you need to educate yourself and go look into yourself and be kind to yourself. We didn't have that.
Yeah.
When did you first have your mushroom experience?
It wasn't until I was like almost 40.
Yeah. It was.
I think that's so good.
That's incredible. That's like we're trying to literally kind of low key say that they're right for someone of any place in their life.
Okay,
Like,
so I'm out west. I was visiting my family in Alberta, and I finally asked my parents, like, "Hey, have you guys ever done any psychedelics? Because I'd love for them to do some." And it's so hard to explain how it can be super helpful if you've either only ever had that getting fucked up experience or haven't tried it at all because you think it's bad for whatever reason, the stigma around it. So of course they both said no, but I know my dad has. If you're listening, Dad.
You know what? I'm gonna give my dad those cues.
yes.
Because it can't hurt, right? Like there's nothing in it that's going to affect him in any negative way whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Absolutely.
Cannabis has become legal, and my parents are like, my dad's gonna be 86 this year. My mom's like 83, and I give them drugs now. I like give them those things, right? Chocolate bars that I know are like I made these bars that were made from Bubba Kush. And literally, you would eat a square and bang, like you were out cold, right? So if you can't sleep, all you need to do is take a square, right?
It's medicine.
Yeah.
Her mom.
Yeah, so my mom ate 2 of them. She's like, oh, I don't know, I ate 2 of them. She's like, it's a nice sensation, but no, I don't like it. I can't feel my tongue. Like, she's too uptight to enjoy the high.
Yeah.
My dad, you can totally see him. I think he should. I think people should, I don't want to say end of life, but in their older age, experience a psychedelic event.
Oh,
sorry, guys.
No, not at all. That's
I think it would be beneficial,
That's what I'm saying. Like my own relationship with death has changed since doing mushrooms.
I'm gonna do acid every day from 70 onwards.
Listen, that's what's gonna be the thing now. It's end of life therapy through psychedelics.
Why wouldn't you? Because you're not using your body, you're using your mind. So
and that should be like a really peaceful, beautiful time in your life, like that sort of like starting to gear up to transition to wherever else we go,
and allow it. Just allow it. Like don't fight death. Like the whole fight the disease. That's why you keep it in place. It's like holding resistance against a thought. You'll manifest it with fear more than you would if you let it go with love. Like just let it flow, baby. Forgive. Yeah, exactly.
Well, and especially with compassionate care and end of life care, for people who are afraid, it is extremely beneficial for them to go through that experience, to feel something different that brings you to a place that is close, I don't want to say close to death, but close to feeling something other than where we are now.
Yeah.
Knowing that there's something else.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever tripped out and been outside your body?
Of course.
No, but I've
Me
time
neither.
traveled.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to a place where time isn't linear. And
Yeah.
you can understand that dimension as though it's just another country right now.
See,
Yeah.
I spent my whole youth when I did psychedelics. Just I love the visuals so much
Mm.
Yeah.
that all I would do is just listen to music and take the ride with visuals,
Yeah.
right? So I missed.
I mean,
all
that's
that.
its own gift too.
I know,
Yeah.
but you know, for me, it was all about just like um, the fact that something can frickin' just bend your mind like that.
Yeah.
Is
I know it's so wonderful.
It's reality altering
Yeah.
in a way, not in like a crazy way.
Do you mean acid, the psychedelic effects of acid?
no, even mushrooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, right? Yeah. Mushrooms, I feel like brings you to a place where you understand that your ego identity is an avatar. Like I speak from outside myself so frequently now, and when I observe someone, I feel like I'm so in their shoes, from the consciousness, from the one, from the whole, that I can talk about them and be like, me. Like it's like, and I would do that, and then it's like
he's
I would
got
do
a
that.
special gift. I don't know, like, I mean, I don't necessarily resonate as deeply as that, but I actually believe that you can do that.
I'm saying that mushrooms delivered me, in my experience, to my cataclysmic manifestation of who I am. Mushrooms was the final step for me to understanding oneness, to be there, to operate from oneness. And
sure.
if I don't do mushrooms for a period of time, like 6 months, I feel like I drift a little bit, as you were kind of saying, like further away from, I'll just call it God for now, the universe, the source energy, the idea of wherever that oneness perspective lives. Because it's like we came from something, it's like it's bigger than us. And as you're saying, end of life, super clutch for that, but also during life, like just like I'm playing my part, like something larger is happening. And like that's wonderful. Like, it's like
It's a giant zoom out.
It's a huge
Where, like,
zoom out.
Yes.
Where
Yeah,
you're
you
not
can
so
also, like-
concerned with like the everyday of your being, and you're more like just with the allness.
Yeah. And so the way that you have built your chocolate bars and those cubes, like I'm on, this is what I'm feeling right now. Like I'm on one right now. But I'm it feels like you're tapped on the shoulder, like a full dose, you're like pulled, and like a little dose, like a baby dose, which is so perfect how you're doing it. It's just like, remember. And you're like, oh yeah. And it's like, I'm not going to get mad at the person going slow at the cash register in this frame of mind. It's
Exactly.
thanks for being here. Like, sorry that your job sucks. And like, let's make this painless, and let's go through this life forgiving each other and remembering that we're all from the same whole. And then it's like, you want to give. And then if you give, you get boosted, like your energy gets up. It is like fucking good shit. Cycle of good serotonin building. But I wanted to also mention that you explain on those cubes, this beautiful thing, formulated to provide a clean and subtle psilocybin microdosing experience, ideal for individuals who are new to microdosing or have sensitivities to higher doses. This formulation, containing only premium quality golden teacher mushroom psilocybin cubensis in high quality chocolate cube doses, makes for the perfect introduction. This is so beautiful.
I know
that you wrote this, and thank you.
Well, thank you.
And on your packaging for the cubes, I really enjoyed the like, please enjoy responsibly. Like, I think that's just like,
she really did. She was saying that out loud.
Meant a lot to me, just to be like, here, just like and he was like, yeah, it's like you're doing a drug, like you should be responsible.
Remember, these are drugs, and you're really good come from the energy, because I'm a little bit of a party boy with it. Like, yes,
Tap your shoulder before you even take them.
hey, yay, cheers, yes, I love that.
So out of like at Kingston Road and Warden, we opened up a gallery.
I didn't. I had no.
Okay, I opened up a gallery. Then I made it a rentable space. So we had somebody teaching yoga in there. We had
Cooking classes.
We frickin' did for the little kids. Was it a kindergarten class?
It was a preschool.
Couple of art classes. Like they came in and
I
used
taught
their
art
space.
classes.
It was like whatever we fucking wanted to do, we did.
Yes, I would love that.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Then somebody went and suggested that I get a liquor license. And somehow we opened up a restaurant. And it was just like that. Like it just turned
Wow.
because we were trying to bring stuff into the community, right? There was literally nothing. Now
No
there's stuff.
retail, no coffee shops, nothing. There was no walkability in our community.
Oh,
So we
man.
literally tried to do so many things there. And then I don't remember what I was talking about.
No, that's really cool. It's amazing how that happened. How you guys
We
opened a
became
restaurant.
friends with the counselor
Oh yeah.
in the counselor's office, and they really saw our vision in the community and helped us out,
Yeah.
you know, with getting everything done and getting where we need to be.
And so that's why
Wow.
everybody trusts us, right? Because they know that we're not going to give them some kind of shit, right? We're going to
Nice.
give them something that we, like, I don't want to say guarantee, but that we stand behind.
Yeah, you stand
Yeah.
by. Yes.
we're invested, I think, in a different way than some people can be, where they're more geared to just
Absolutely.
making their money and doing, you know, being in the industry and blah blah blah. There's a different side of the industry where, you know, people are in it for the right reason.
I feel like you're educated by the cannabis gods. Like I feel like you follow your heart because you're doing heart-centered living then, and so you have an intention to give. So
Yeah.
it's like that's so nice that you went through a counselor. A lot of people, you know, doing like that type of work don't even think to go through those means, myself included. So that's a really cool idea.
I don't know if we seeked it out. I think it's just who we are, that we're very open people
You
and
just attracted it.
try to do a good thing,
Yeah.
you know, for as much as we can for other people, and we just saw that in us, I guess.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
gonna sound hokey, but I have I'm cursed with whatever I fucking think of happens.
Yeah.
For years I was like, Tanya, can we open a
Manifest
bar?
the shit
Can
out
we
of
open
this
a
stuff.
bar? Can we open a bar? Boom. I don't know, but there's a fucking bar and I'm a chef in the back, and it's like, what the hell is going
Like,
on?
Tanya, you know what we should do? We should have a breakfast. We should have breakfast in here. And I said, no freaking way am I doing a breakfast shift for anybody. But we got another chef in that came and rented our space on weekends and did a fucking killer breakfast that you
Yeah.
wouldn't even get anywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's so.
Oh my
cool.
God.
Manifest the shit out of
It
something.
is true. It is true, but
I love that.
I manifest the wrong things.
No, you focus too small. No, you manifest. Look at you. You've obviously manifested some amazing experiences, but I think I know what you mean. Where
Yeah.
you can shoot higher. You're almost unaware of what a powerful manifestor you are.
But that's
Yeah.
probably why you can do it so, well.
easily.
So just,
Yeah, that's true
Yeah.
too. Obviously, you've manifested a beautiful partnership and a life, and like
That's
you know,
right.
but yeah, so you're
Yeah,
blessed from the home outwards.
Yeah, it's very hard. You guys must know.
We are 24/7, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. But when you love what you do, it's like it's almost like not work. That's what Winnie experiences, and
Because you can only have your partner as your partner, right?
we're learning that. Yeah,
Only way. Trust me, I have. Things have happened that in my lifetime, if I would have bet on it, if someone asked me to bet on it, I would have bet everything and lost my fucking everything.
yeah.
The things that I've seen people do in business, right? Only your partner. Only your partner.
If you
can-
have a good partner, I'm so sorry.
I'm so.
I love what you're saying so much,
I
but
love
the
what you're
tongue
saying
is
so much.
hilarious.
I'm so sorry.
Because she's so serious and committed, and then there's this gremlin under the table.
He just sounds like he's having such a good time.
No, but
But
I love
yeah.
what you're saying, and I'm very inspired by that.
yeah,
and,
absolutely.
you know, it's right on time for me and Wynn's journey in terms of that we had to relearn to work together.
Yeah.
We worked together at first. We've been together for 13 years, so
Nice.
it's like
So yeah, we also been together. Married for 10, together for 13.
Hey,
Yeah.
cheers!
Cheers.
Yeah, oh, beautiful. You guys are beautiful.
You ever feel energetically heavy? What if I told you could lighten that load with such a subtle microdose that you don't even really notice? Our friends at Alchemy Gold are making that possible with their Brain Boost Micro Cubes. It's 0.15 grams of psilocybin mushrooms per cube, formulated to provide a clean and subtle psilocybin microdosing experience ideal for individuals who are new to microdosing or having sensitivities to higher doses. This formulation, containing only premium quality golden teacher mushrooms in high quality chocolate cube doses, makes for the perfect introduction. I don't know, guys, I'm psyched about these. I feel like these are gonna change lives. So stay open to things, just like our friends at Alchemy Gold are doing. Thank you for being on the show. Check them out. Holler at them on Instagram. Feel light in your life, baby.
Whatever. I fucking had to pay for my friends to drink their goddamn faces
Oh
off.
God, here we go.
No,
I was actually the one who said that. I'm like, this is bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm paying for you to put like.
but we had the best fucking
Agreed.
party.
That's
I bet.
great. I bet it was awesome.
And I bet you guys looked awesome. So it's always nice to have photos when you dress
That's
up.
what I
you
have embarrassed remorse from.
Not me.
I hate my dress.
You hated it?
no.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just a wedding. It's all about the party. We had can girls.
Listen,
Oh.
my wife had a very nice time. Her and all her high school friends were back smoking. So I walked
Oh my
around
God.
like this with the same champagne glass, just checking on everybody.
You are Winnie. I am Polina.
I did not see my wife for probably half the wedding.
Yeah.
We had a photo booth
Yeah, a
that
really
people
sick one. Yeah.
loved, and we didn't get a single picture together.
I don't think I got a single pic. We spent, I literally spent the whole night smoking J's with everybody outside.
That's
We were at
pretty
the
sick.
what was it, Arnaut Club?
Argonaut.
Argonaut Club.
Argonaut Road Club. Yeah.
And they have this beautiful outdoor patio, and everybody was just smoking weed. And my dad just sat there drinking Caesars the whole night.
Aw.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
love
was-
that.
That sounds awesome.
That does actually sound good. So
One half of the wedding sounds sweet. No, I'm just kidding.
But
I just know that I would be doing the exact same thing. So
I would have gone somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I would have rather like gone on some crazy trip together that you're never
Me
gonna
too.
get to fucking do again because
Yeah.
life starts and you know.
yeah.
I would have rather done that too.
Yeah.
We're not even friends with half the people that were at our wedding anymore.
Yeah.
right? What's with
A
that?
lot happens in 10 years.
Yeah. A lot.
Yeah. You don't think so when you're going through it, but then you look back at the last 10 years and you're like, holy shit, a lot happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
The funny thing about that is that I think it happens no matter what age you are, because we got married
Yeah.
when we were like 37. I was 37. You know, somebody in their 20s is still gonna have the same experience like 10 years later.
I wish I did.
Totally.
I wish I waited I like, you know,
Yeah.
like didn't waste any time and just waited till like 30 and found somebody like, you know, like, because you're so much more developed. You know
Yeah.
what you know what you want.
30s are
Very-
sexy.
Sorry.
Are you guys on anything?
I'm
yeah,
just about
I
to
feel
say,
just
yeah.
so nice and high.
I think you can
But we've
understand.
also been smoking joints too.
I know.
Yeah, but I'm just feeling
good.
I'm feeling like really a groovy edible high. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like this should be a vibe you can go get somewhere, like a speakeasy. You know how, like, a speakeasy lounge, like in downtown Los Angeles, there's like these literal back speakeasies behind restaurants, and they emulate that classic kind of 1950s jazz, like everything has those little frills on it, and like just the way they do things in like the rustic wood, and you have to say something that the code changes every day or something like that. It's fucking amazing. But like with a little cannabis hideout, could you imagine? Like, this is such a classy bitch drink. Like, I want this all the time. Like, this isn't
even my best.
Oh my God. Like, this is so amazing.
Yeah.
Do you like these kits that we have here? Someone can order these, right? Like,
they will
be able to soon.
Amazing. So we will have the information in our description, update it when that's available, because this is just something I pray for everybody. whether you make a little speakeasy out of it in your own city or whatever, but also just to have this at home.
Yeah.
Like, this is so delicious.
And Toronto loves this stuff right now more than ever, like at home stuff that you can do and have it feel
you got those fucking tools. You bought those tools at HomeSense because you were like, I'm gonna use them, and you never used them. And there's those little ice catcher clipper tools. You know those tools?
And you should use the good glasses.
Yes.
The good dishes.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are crystal.
These are fancy glasses. And then you can just keep it going like that for like a long time.
I love how it tickles the brain.
I feel like,
love it.
Yeah.
It does something
Do
metaphysically.
it's like,
yeah. Do y'all read books? How long have you guys had your doggy? Is there any closing statements or anything that you want to leave the people with, from our
I
chat?
just want to say thank you, because what you guys are doing and connecting people, right, and carrying on the conversation and enlightening, and just with such love and
genuine, being so genuine. I don't know. I want to say a different word, but I can't think.
That's a nice word.
What I love about certain people, yourselves or them, in the cannabis industry, the ones that actually are the same character when you see them in person as when you see them online.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, that's why I dig Jackie, because she is a genuine person, right? And
through and through.
See them and they're like, so I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the connection of the generations.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a big metamorphosing connection holistic moment here.
That's right. And I hope to do something with you guys again real soon in our space.
Yeah, well, we're gonna visit you soon, right? So we're gonna check it all out. So we'll probably have some content
about all the things that you guys can do in our space with us.
Yeah, for sure. Much love. Yo, appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Good night, and thank you so much,
guys.
Thank you for these.
Enjoy.
Discipline stoners.
The gateway drug to mindfulness.
Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit. Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit. Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit.